Welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. Today we're going to be carrying on our Kingdom of Ireland playthrough. And do you know what I just noticed out of the corner of my eye? Denmark has migrated somewhat north. Of course, Denmark here is looking normal, but Denmark seemed to have inherited a lot of land to the north here. And Novgorod also doing extremely well right now. That's kind of satisfying because I just recently catched up on Vikings Valhalla Season 2. And of course, Novgorod does feature in that. Speaking of which, Constantinople. I finally learned how to say it. There we go. Right, let's get into the episode. Today, I think we need to address something rather important, and it's the fact that these lands should in fact belong to Ireland, not England. Now, of course, England did refuse to join us in the war as well, and that's probably because they have a new leader, simply put. If we look at Wales as well, they also have a new leader. So what I'm going to do is let's, for the first time this series... Oh, you're converting faith. Is Dublin not Orthodox? It's not. Okay, once our patriarch has finished converting faith in Dublin, I'm going to go ahead and have him fabricate a claim on Oriel, and then also hopefully Ulster. But let's go ahead and unpause the game so we can continue here. To the thoughtful High Queen Scafak of Ireland, I have been corresponding with your Chancellor, Princess Bridget, and I must say that I have come to see you in a new light. Perhaps you are even someone that I would one day be proud to call my friend. That is King Alphonse the Child Killer of West Francia. There's a lot of child killers, aren't there, in these lands? Your silver tongue is shining today, Bridget. Well done. Alliance invalid with Tosti, because he is no longer a ruler. Okay. Interesting there. And courtiers gain court trait. Warlike courtier. This character has spent at least 5 years living in a rowdy warlike court populated by warriors and tacticians. That's one thing. I don't think I ever actually checked my court type. Where do I see this? I always forget this. It's here. So we are a tribal court. Okay. That's from previous culture. How do I... We could swap to a diplomatic court or a scholarly court. Let's see what the difference. Diplomacy is key to garnering the respect of our peers and keeping the realm at peace. A pleased vassal is a loyal vassal. Courtiers gain the diplomatic courtier trait. This character has spent at least 5 years living it. Okay, so we get some diplomacy. Tyranny gain minus 20%. Increased offer, vassalage acceptance, councillor opinion, and max personal schemes +1 is nice. Or we could go for scholarly court. A court is all about attracting cultivated minds and people of exceptional skill. So inspired characters will arrive at court more frequently. Courtier and guest opinion, monthly lifestyle experience, learning per level of fame. Could be nice. I think we might go for the diplomatic court though. In fact, you cannot change back to your current court type once you adopt a new one, since your culture does not have the required ethos for tribal courts. Now, we are feudal now, so I think it is time we leave our tribalness in the background. I think it's time to move on. So let's go ahead and become a diplomatic court. I do like the sound of that. What I might also do, because we are earning a fair bit of gold here, let's go ahead and increase our court grandeur as well. So let's go ahead and apply all of this, and then hopefully we can keep on increasing one at a time here. And looking good. We're still earning 7.9 gold per turn as well. There we go. To the brash High Queen Scafak, we have been burdened with your oppressive laws for far too long. No more, we are done paying you taxes. Oh dear, we were just speaking about being rich, and here they are, not wanting to pay taxes. A peasant revolt. Once your coffers dry up and your larders are empty, you will wish you had treated us more fairly. Fairly? I don't treat you fairly? Never. A peasant's lot is to serve their lord. We are ambitious. So let's go ahead and fight the peasants. Your arrogance knows no bounds. Well, I am an arrogant character. So let's go ahead and rally the troops. We could call our allies to the war here. However... Yeah, it's only 400 soldiers. Where are you even going to be rising? I have no idea. Are you like guys up in Iceland or something? Or is this all the way over in Byzantine lands? Are you the peasants? I don't think so. We have another dangerous faction as well to deal with. I can't even... I forgot what was under siege. There's peasants somewhere. Ah, there we go. The peasants are down here in Ipswich. Right. Let's go ahead and raise an army. We need to actually put a rally point down here. And then what I'm going to do, I'm actually just going to raise the men-at-arms. They should be more than sufficient to go ahead and do this. And we get 2,500 men-at-arms. That's crazy. And already they're costing us a lot of gold there. So imagine if we raised all of our levies as well. Let's go ahead and defeat the peasants of Ipswich, though. Your sister Princess Bridget created the cadet branch Lork. Okay. So she's became her own. Oh, we gained a stress level as well. My brother Cafnir has died. He drank himself to death. So we've gained some stress because of this. Okay. However, it did disband a faction. Let's see. The peasant faction is disbanded and leader Morcar is imprisoned. All rebelling counties have their popular opinion forcibly increased. Every county in a faction gains locals pacifiers for 25 years. So plus 50 popular opinion. Peasant rebels disbanded, and we imprison leader Morcar. Let's go ahead and enforce our demands here. To the cocky High Queen Scafek, may your humours rot in your living body. I know when I am defeated. It seems I am left with no choice but to comply with your demands. So be it. Now let's go ahead and disband our armies there, so we can reclaim the gold we're losing. We need a new marshal. My niece, the Duchess of Leinster. She does have 13 martial. It's not incredible, but let's go ahead and do that. There you go. It's bumped up to 17 now at least. That's a little bit better. Let's go ahead and check this. Luckily, none of our champions were wounded in the battling down against the peasants either. So that's good for us too. We're currently working on a murder scheme. Ah, yes. You tried to murder me in the last episode. I do remember this. And we're no longer swaying our brother because he's dead. Right, faction created against us. Your niece, Duchess Stephania. Oh, come on. I just gave you a council position. Created a faction to install Countess Rachel of Ossory on the Irish throne against us. Right. Let's go into this faction then. This one. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to start swaying you. In fact, we don't have befriend, do we? Yeah, I'm going to start swaying you. And then hopefully you abandon this foolish endeavour. In fact, don't we have 2 personal schemes we can partake in now? I thought we did. Let's see. If we go into our royal court, maybe we need to spend so many years like this first. Diplomatic court. Ah, level 10 is max personal schemes. Okay, we're not quite there yet. We still have quite a way to go. That's fine. Faction created against us. Duke Constantine created a faction to install Duke Constantine of Munster on the Irish throne against us. Oh dear. Our vassals are causing a lot of issues. To my liege, you have something that should legitimately belong to me. Relinquish it at once. What is it that you want? The marble scepter. Am I currently using this? I don't even have any regalia. Is it on display in my court by any chance? We need to go to this screen, don't we? Holy now. I don't think we're displaying it, so there's no reason why we shouldn't give it back to him. In fact, if we go ahead and accept, we lose 60 opinion of him. A rivalry. He gains opinion of us. Let's go ahead and accept this. There we go. We're not using it, so that's fine. War declared. Oh dear. To the solitary High Queen Scafek, your wicked deeds have gone unpunished for far too long. That changes today, for I have come to deliver holy retribution upon you. I cannot lose, for Odin is with me. The Northman army, conquest of the Duchy of Iceland. Oh, okay. Let's go ahead and rally the troops. We're also going to have to rally the men up here as well. And one thing I might do is actually call on our allies here. You have 900 men. You're not in a war, so I will go ahead and call you to war. And then Duchess Elfled here. She also has nearly 2,000 men. However, she is in a war, so I'm not going to call her. So that should be fine. Now, this might be a little bit of a challenge. Let's go ahead and wait to see where the Northmen attack us, because then we can see where maybe we want to defend. Greetings, Aunt. Of course I should join you in this war. Our foe shall learn to fear the men of Orkney. Excellent. There we go. And another faction created against us. Your vassal Duchess Lasaviona created the Liberty faction against you. Oh dear. I don't think people respect Queen Skafak of Ireland here. Not as much as my father, at least. Duchess Dorothy's hook on you has expired. Okay, that's good. A horde of disjointed pirates, landless freemen, desperate lesser children, and other assorted miscreants have joined Sverker in his proposed assault against my holdings. Although the size of the force is formidable, they lack discipline or loyalty, with each scrounged mercenary focused exclusively on what they can get out of the war first and foremost. Unlike a conventional foe, it might be possible to simply deal directly with the invaders. Perhaps a bargain could be struck now. Because we are arrogant... because we are arrogant, we can't pick any of these three. So we'll go ahead and banish the invaders as we've always done. And fight them the old-fashioned way. Let's go ahead and see where they're going to be attacking from. It did say the war for Iceland, however... Yeah, there we go. They are coming in. Right. We should probably defend. This is all mountainous terrain here. If I go ahead and move this, say, like here. And should we raise all of our men? I think we need to raise all of our men. Oh, dear. I might have just messed up. 18 days, 18 days. Oh, dear. Yeah, I severely messed up here. But we have gained 95 gold, so at least one thing has gone right here. Imprisoned. I have been captured and detained against my will by Jarl Sverker. I am no longer free to return to my home and travel as I wish. I hope this does not last. Oh dear, so it just so happens we were the leader of this army. Right. We could escape from prison. I doubt we could pay him off, right? Yeah, he's not going to accept. We might lose some Icelandic lands here. The same wars, the same routine, the same growl for food. Every day is just like the last. This prison is eating away at me and I will stand it no longer. Let's go ahead and try to escape the prison. I spend many days planning my escape, thinking about the best course of action and route of escape. It all amounts to nothing though, as one day the guard simply forgets to lock the door, staggering away without looking back. As I disappear into the surrounding Jarl Sverker's castle, I finally dare to hope. I am free. So we've left the prison. Does that mean I've escaped though? I think we might have got away with that one, you know. What we might not have got away with though is my poor planning here. We might need to marry for an alliance even. Let's go ahead and try and find an emergency alliance here. We don't care if it's matrilineal or not. 98 men. It's not looking good, is it? Why does no one want to marry me? I'm the Queen of Ireland. Luckily, we're probably going to win this battle at least. So at least we've dealt with a very small portion of their men. What I need to do is bring these men over here as well. Homesteads have been constructed in Dublin. So we go ahead and look at Dublin. We have managed to upgrade this. Let's see, tax and fort level and garrison. Tax and development growth. Tax supply limit levy size. That's looking good. And more tax there. Sadly, we can't build these yet. Could we upgrade the castle? No, because we don't have the battlements. Innovation. What innovation are we currently researching? Unlocks all tribal error. I think we should get public works, actually. It's going to take 48 years. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's check the battle overview. Luckily, we didn't lose any champions. However, things aren't looking good for us right now. We are desperately going to need a bit of help, I think, from our other men. Luckily, a faction has disbanded against us, though. You can change Jarl Kafni as the second contract. I think what we're going to do here, we could ask for more men. What about special contracts here? So, we gain more tax, but we lose levies. Men-at-arms maintenance minus 20%. This gives us less tax. This gives us... So this doesn't actually help us at all, right? So this gives them, makes them pay 50% more tax, but it gives us 75% less levies. So in fact, I think we might, should we increase the tax though, I guess? Let's go ahead and increase the tax. There we go. We can go ahead and modify his contract, because tax can pay for mercenaries. In fact, that could be something we do right now. Mercenaries. We do have the gold. Let's see what's available. We have 800 bowmen we could recruit. I want something of considerable size, though. Unfortunately, we can't really afford an army that's too big. Let's see. And the counter archers. These guys can't counter skirmishers. I think maybe we should just get the band of Horser here. They come with 2 knights and 800 bowmen. Let's go. They've been recruited in the capital. We need to go ahead and sail them north to help us in the battle up here. Luckily, it does say we're going to win this battle. However, our reinforcements need to hurry up if that's going to be the case. And it does actually look like we are winning this, although their reinforcements have now arrived as well. And in fact, I think we're going to lose this battle quite dramatically. Yeah, that's really not looking good for us, is it? I think I misplayed this quite badly. Allied combatants have been captured. We go ahead and look at the battle as well. One of our champions was wounded. In fact, 3 of our champions were wounded there. And we now have few knights, which is not looking good for us. We do have our bowmen. Oh, I should have cancelled that before I did this. Okay. Looks like a few mishaps there. Oh dear. Right, so let's go ahead and unpause the game. Sadly, sometimes it just goes this way. Bit careless from me there. My agents have acquired a discreet powder which leaves no trace when dissolved in drink. The servants responsible for refilling and handling Grand Princess Soma's cup have been bribed to look the other way, and all that remains is my approval to smuggle the poison into his next refreshing drink. It's only a 12% success chance, however, he did try to kill me, so I'm going to go for it. A toast to Grand Prince Soma's health, and if we're lucky, we'll be able to kill him here. Grand Prince Soma survived the poison. Unfortunately, one of his scullery maids helped herself to a sip of the drink before serving her lord, and a dead servant is apparently a deterrent. At least none of the servants have confessed my involvement. Small mercies. Now we could try again. Let's try again. Or maybe this attempt on his life was enough to scare him. Actually, what I think I might do, actually, is let's go ahead and abandon this. I think an attempt on his life, like he attempted on mine, would be enough to scare him off. In the evenings, my Master Land sits in a dimly lit council room. Her gaze and quill are focused upon inconspicuous expense reports. Yet, beside her lie clay molds with the royal stamp, which would only be needed if she intended to defraud the realm. To think that a woman of her position would dare act so disgracefully under the eyes of God. Disgracefully, but skillfully. Had I not caught her in the act, nobody would have been the wiser to her scheme. So my spy master has possibly been working against me here. In fact, there's no other reason she would need the royal seal. I have seen enough. To the dungeons with you. We imprison her. Yeah, I think we will go ahead. Improved administrative taxes. Let's go ahead and imprison her. And there we go. I don't want her on my council if she's possibly even conspiring against the realm. In fact, if we go ahead and look at our prisoners, Morcar here was with the peasants. Let's see, he's Anglo-Saxon and Catholic. I will show mercy to the peasants. He's been imprisoned for 10 months now. I will negotiate your release, but only if you convert to Orthodoxy. And then as for Lan here, can I execute her? I can't execute her. However, she was conspiring against the crown, so she's going to live out the rest of her days in my dungeon. I don't feel comfortable letting her back out. We do need a new spy master now. My knight here, it looks very good. But this guy's also my vassal. He's not a powerful vassal, though. Unlike Duke Forbasak here, he's my vassal and knight, but he's also a powerful vassal. So I might go ahead and give him the position. There we go. He's young as well, so he should improve. And in fact, I'm going to start swaying him just so he doesn't become my enemy too. Let's go ahead and unpause the game here. These armies need to replenish desperately. To the obnoxious High Queen Skavak, I have no choice but to accept your conditions for my release. Farewell, Morka. I'm glad you saw some sense there. Now, we might just have to call. You're still in your war. I can call her to war. It's up to her whether she joins or prioritizes her own vote. If I was her, I would prioritize my own war. Greetings, High Queen Skafak of Ireland. Of course, I should join you in this war. Our foes shall learn to fear the men of Kent. I think Kent might actually be our best ally throughout this series here. Let's go ahead and just spread these guys out, just so supply isn't such an issue. Whilst hosting lords and ladies from the realms near and far, some opportunities to portray my spy master Duke Forbazak in a good light have presented themselves. My lady, pray tell, who is the most noble person you have heard of? Now, because we are arrogant, I'm going to pick this one. Well, me, of course. And that does actually solve our stress issue as well. So that's a double whammy there. In fact, we could also seclude ourselves, because this will also help with stress. To truly center my mind and clear it of thoughts and concerns, I have to be left to my own devices. Alone I can focus and heal. I shut the door behind me and take one step into the quiet room. I breathe in deeply and out. I have given the servants order to not let anyone disturb me, no matter what happens. And as my shoulders relax, I know that this is exactly what I needed. So we lose some prestige, but we do lose 31 stress as well. So things are looking a little bit better for us here. Maybe that's just the break that we needed. What we also need, though, is a new commander. Let's go ahead and put ourselves at the head of this army. And we need to patiently wait now for reinforcements. Let's go ahead and move this over here. There we go. Our neighbouring ruler has won a war. That's to do with... Okay. That's far in the east. We're currently being raided. They did try to defend themselves. They failed, though. That's a bit of a shame. We're still converting faith here. Converting faith does take a while, doesn't it? Let's go all the way back up to Iceland. Borgeris would make a good husband for us. Would he now? And why is that? He has lover's pox. He's a drunk. And he's rakish. No, we don't need a husband. The only reason we would need a husband is for an alliance, which we desperately need. My spy master has come to me with grave news. It is Bodana of Doodleby, a noble woman from Doodleby that is plotting against my knight Colabad. Who are you? Catholic Czech. The Loathsome Fiend. Okay, so we go into hooks and secrets. No. Okay, I don't think we can do anything about that. Someone's trying to murder me. That's fun times, fun times. Right, I think that's just the Hungarian king, right? Now, this doesn't look like 7,000 men here. I go ahead and raise all, will that give me some more men? I wonder. I don't think so, right? New churches established. Eldom of Dublin gained religious construction for 5 years. Very nice. There we go. We do have more men now. They are weak. Maybe now is the time to march. In fact, we do... This is my army. I'm going to send this army down here. Supplies are an issue. That's the thing here. So let's go ahead and raise these men. And then we're going to march east. In fact, I think they might be even sailing west to fight us. Which if they do... Oh no, they're sailing to our islands. Okay, we need to take our armies and go ahead and deal with these guys. Looks like they're sailing all the way, possibly to our capital. We do have a new martial perk available. Let's see. We already have... No, we don't have Gallant. So we unlock Gallant. We gain Martial, Prowess, Prestige, and Attraction Opinion. True nobility comes not only from one's blood, but from actions tempered by a spirit like gleaming steel. So let's go ahead and get the Gallant trait. There we go. We complete our second tree here. And we're going to bring our armies south because we desperately need to go ahead and deal with these invaders. And in fact... They are coming to Dublin, so hopefully we can make that in time. I think we should make it in time. We desperately cannot lose to Dublin. If we defeat them in battle, I think we might also be looking... Your rival, Soma... Okay. Okay. Soma is no longer holding a lot of titles. We lost a lot of stress because of this. That's nice. Sometimes the game does want to do things in our favour. Let's go ahead and attack the Vikings here. Our reinforcements are arriving. Oh dear, why are you landing there? Oh dear. Hopefully I still think we should win this. And we just lost a councillor in this battle as well. Oh, no, we don't have enough men. Sometimes I play a bit silly, and I know at least one of you is going to get mad in the comments, but I don't care, okay? Games are for enjoying. Sometimes there's ups, sometimes there's downs. Right. We did lose some men in that battle. That was very silly from me. We did kill some of their champions, though. And sadly, we lost one of our vassals. That did disband a faction against us. But now, once again, we're going to need a new spy master. Who should we pick here? We could pick my brother-in-law. He is a member of my dynasty. I think I might actually pick him. And then let's begin swaying him now. One day we will get a spy master that will stick with us. But for now, we've died. Queen Scafak of Ireland has given up the ghost at 66 years of age. She died of old age, a paragon of valor and gallantry. She will always be remembered for her cordial and just nature. In the face of all odds, King Fursu ascends to the throne. A modest and temperate man, Fursu's passive nature may also be his undoing. So we only ruled for 12 years. And we're now going to play as my son. He's an Orthodox Anglo-Saxon. So that should offer up plenty of interesting stuff here. Let's go ahead and continue the game. Luckily, the game is paused. We have a new patriarch. And luckily, the factions have also disbanded. Sadly, that's all I have time for today. And it looks like Scotland has now been formed and become independent as well. So although it's a little bit of a mess, Britannia is actually starting to look a little bit like modern-day Britain. We'll have to see. Sadly, that's it for today. A few bad plays there, but it creates story and it creates new content. But that's it for today. Thank you for watching. I will be back on Sunday with the next episode, and we're going to have to take a look at our new character, Fursu Scafakson of Ireland, and see what awaits him and the future of Ireland. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.